Yet, it's another time out on the program, Truth to Power, the program where we bring you issues concerning minority groups in Nigeria and also persecuted communities in Nigeria. Today on the program, we shall be looking at persecution of specific communities in southern Kaduna. And when we are looking at this persecution, it has a gender tone today. When we talk about gender, there seems to be a specific target on the women folk. Now, some say that in some religions, people target women as part of their ways of converting people to their religion. Whether that's what's playing out, we never can tell. But one thing that is unfortunate is that in this particular part of the country and communities that we are looking at today, there seems to be a target on women, kidnapping women, abducting women, and also keeping them almost indefinitely. They'll demand for ransom and all of that. At times, ransom will be paid. At times, these women don't get to come back to see their family. Some of them have been kept for so long, and nobody really knows what is happening. My name is Ehis Agbon, and today on Truth to Power, we shall be looking at communities in southern Kaduna. And my guest on the program today is the national coordinator of the women wing of SOKAPU. SOKAPU, by the way, is the Southern Kaduna People's Union, and they are a socio-cultural group made up of communities in Southern Kaduna, and they are looking out for the welfare, progress, and development of Southern Kaduna. My guest is Mrs. Jemutu Alheri Katarma, the national coordinator, the women wing of Southern Kaduna People's Union. Madam, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, first of all, I want you to tell us a little bit about SOKAPU. What is SOKAPU?
SOKAPU is a multinational ethnic. That means all the tribes that are living in Southern Kaduna.
Okay.
And like the Women Week, we are the wing of the national body, and our work is to coordinate women in Southern Kaduna, sensitize them on how they will do their things, develop women, and we aid in telling them their own responsibility as women, how they are going to protect themselves as women. So that is what is SOKAPU National Women.
Okay, in summary, you've heard it. And now, not too long ago, there was a report where you made a press release showing the true situation of the plight of women in Southern Kaduna, Middle Belt, Nigeria, in respect of those that have been kidnapped and not released. I will start with why has it been like this, or how bad is it, or would you say the situation is? Is it really true that they are kidnapping and abducting women from Southern Kaduna, and who are these persons?
Seriously, we are facing that problem. They kidnap women, they will keep them with them, and they will not release them. Some of them, they will say they have married them. Some of them, they are using them anyhow there. In fact, the thing is affecting the women of Southern Kaduna. Like, for example, in the year 2021, October 2nd, they went to one village. Those people, they are from Kaduna State because there's a boundary that is connecting Kaduna State and Niger State. They are from Kaduna State, but because they were driving from their own land, they now flew to Niger State, just a boundary. The name of the place is Chikawe. And in that place, they form a village. One night, the bandits went and surrounded the whole village. They killed all the men. And it was like this season, October, November, they have harvested their crops. So if they kill a man, they'll put him on his cross, they'll put petrol and burn him. So all the men of that village were killed. Only one boy was able to escape. Then the whole women and the children that were remaining, they carried them into the bush. It was only one old woman that was not able to walk as they wanted. They asked her to go back. And they were about 17 that they took into the village, into the bush. Among these 17, there were two matured married women. There are many married women, both newly married women and those that have stayed for some times in marriage. There was one woman that her pregnancy was already big. So for some times, they announced, asked those women to go back home and go and look for money to ransom the remaining 15. How are they going to ransom when the whole of their men were killed and their crops were burned? So since those two women came back, there was nothing that can be done because they don't even know where they would look for the money. Then, as they were there, the lady that was heavily pregnant, she delivered there. Then it was just about 2 months ago, we heard that one of the girls, because most of them were girls and boys, those that are married some 3 years, some 10 years, and the newly married women. So one of the girls, we heard that she's dead there. She was sick and she died. Up till now that I'm talking to you, they are still in the bush. About 15 of them with a newborn baby.
Wow.
And in other places like that, there are many that are there like that. In fact, just that 7th October 2023, at Chikuri here, on the road to Gwagwada, many women were there harvesting with some boys, about 4 boys. This is how these kidnappers came and packed all of them, 27 women and 4 boys. They took them into bush. But some of them are back, some of them are not yet back. This thing is seriously affecting the women of Southern Kaduna. Not only in Chukwu local government, in Jama'a local government, many things are happening. It's not quite long that they kidnap one bishop, they kill some in Kamuru, and many like that. Even if it is the women that are kidnapped or the men, all is coming back to women because we have thousands of widows now. We have millions of orphans. And all this thing is coming upon the women. Why? Because when the men are kidnapped, they are killed, the women suffer. In fact, there is one now that just happened about 2 weeks ago. They kidnapped our district head with his friend. They're in the bush. So it was just day for yesterday. We heard that the district head has been killed and he is in the bush. So his people went to check, but they found out that he was not the one. And they were not able to recognize that it was his partner that they took together.
Okay.
So it was yesterday in the evening, they now recognized that it was his partner that they killed.
Not the district head.
Not the district head. We don't even know the fate of the district head as I'm talking to you now. Now, the partner they killed, the family are there now. They are crying since yesterday in the evening. If you see, the woman and 5 children and the children, none of them is doing anything. In fact, what is happening in Southern Kaduna is very pathetic. We have more than, I cannot even common in Chukwu local government, we have more than 17 IDPs.
Wow.
We have more than 17 IDPs. Gonungora, Marabarido, Kujama, and all these things. Katarma people, all of them are in Serkin power. Katarma people is in Kaduna State, but all the people that were living there, they are now in Serkin power. If they go to farm, they will kill them. This year's farming season, they kill even one of our councillors. That is how it is in Zongo. That is how it is in Kauru, in Samanaka, and all these places. Women are so many now, no husband. Their children cannot go to school. It's just of recent, the community of Gbaji people, they went to all these IDPs. They took the data, the data of children that are up to secondary school and they cannot go to school because their fathers are not alive. In fact, if they are not up to 40. So our teachers in secondary school, they now organize and they find admission for them. And the community now gathered money and paid, because some of them came, even shoes they don't have, that they came with. They didn't even have the slippers that they came with. So the community of Baji people, they now went and took data in the all IDPs in Chukwu local government of the children that are up to secondary school. They put some in Kunamina, some in technical college at Malali, and other schools like that. And the community gathered money, and they are now in secondary school. So, in fact, Women in southern Kaduna, they are in bitterness. Some of them are even dying because of hardship. Even when you are in your house with your husband, now how is it? Not even to talk that you don't even have a husband, you don't have a house, you are living with somebody. So in fact, and women are crying. We are crying. In fact, we are in problem.
Okay. Yes, you are listening to Truth to Power, and it's a program where we talk about minority groups and persecuted groups in Nigeria. And today we have a special focus on Southern Kaduna women. And with me on the program, we have the National Woman Coordinator of the Women's Wing of SOKAPU, that's the Southern Kaduna People's Union. And she's been telling us some of the experiences of the women in Southern Kaduna, especially those that have been abducted and kidnapped. Now, with these things that's been happening, what would you say, or what has the government done to help you people ensure that they bring out these women, or they stop all of this kidnapping and adoption of women of Southern Kaduna?
As far as I'm concerned, I've never recorded one effort that any of the government, starting from the last dispensation up till now, that government did anything to bring anybody out of that place. Not even to talk of aiding with food and items. It was only one time that federal government, they brought some items to those at Bonugora, and they gave them. But since then, that was 2 years ago. But since then, we've not recorded anything. It is all these NGOs, private organizations, private people, in fact, in SOKAPU as a whole. I was connected to the IDPs, especially those at the Chukwu local government. You will hear an individual who call, I want to bring some help to IDPs. I'll carry them to the IDPs, they'll go and give what they brought. Even NGOs from Plateau State and other places. But from government, personally, I don't know anything that government has done to any of these IDPs.
Yes, and sadly too, government is also saying officially that there are no IDP camps in the whole of Kaduna State. But from what we are hearing, and of course, on the last edition of the program, where the Truth to Power crew went to a particular IDP camp in Chikun local government area, I think Kodensa, yes, where we saw some IDPs, and we brought to the fore that government cannot say that we don't have IDPs in Kaduna State when we can see them, we can feel them. They spoke to us, we interviewed them, and thankfully too, Mrs. Katarma is also telling us that they have been to IDPs. She has taken people there to render assistance to see how they can get people out of this. Still coming to the program now. And also, for every program that we do, we also think of how we can bring solutions to whatever the issues at hand. What do you think can be the solutions to all of these kidnap and attack on Southern Kaduna communities? What do you think can be done, both from the people's side, the government side, and all of that, to solve this problem? As a woman,
yes. What I can be able to say about it is that we thank God for the present federal government, even for the Chief of Army Staff they put. In fact, I can say he's trying. Because like in Niger State, in fact, Niger State is trying very, very well. Even the road to Sarkin Power was called Graveyard. But I heard that now that's a road from Paul Ware inside Sarkin Power. They are following there now. They said there are many soldiers that are put there, and the soldiers are not even from Kaduna State. They are not even from Niger State. And people are following there now. So had it been Kaduna State also can be able to follow that route. I was saying, had it been Kaduna State and Niger State can come together and talk, because these are the most heated areas about this thing. Kotongora, all these places, Kurunogwari, it's not a small thing that is going on there. There is a place that they farm. They went and burned the whole crops that they farm, the whole farm. So people cannot, they farm, they cannot even harvest. So what I'm saying is that had it been Kaduna State and Niger State, since they are the most heated area, and other side that I have not named, they can come together and arrange how they are going to combat all these things. I think by the grace of God, we'll get over it. Okay. But even though Niger said they are crying, they said, oh, the way they are trying, had it been our state, Kaduna State can also try like that, we can be able to evacuate all these things. That is number one. Yeah. And we thank God for the Chief of Army Staff. We believe that as he's doing it in other places, he will also do it here by the grace of God. And the kidnap of women and other people, we believe that in Nigeria, there are ways, if the government wish, that they can do in order to locate all these people. That is our thinking. We are pleading with government, for God's sake, and women and children. Let a serious thinking and action be taken, because this thing is demoralizing everybody and is bringing so much hardship on the Nigerian people. We are pleading for government to come to our aid. And I'm not trying to show them what to do, but I believe that if there is seriousness in what they want to do, they can locate all these corners that all these people are. If we had that an expatriate was kidnapped and they came from America and they took their person out, I'm sure they used some devices. Yeah. And I don't think Nigeria cannot use that system. They would have helped us to bring those devices into practice so that all these things will stop. And we are pleading that government, please, should look onto all these IDPs. It's too much. IDPs are too much. Many of them, like our people, they hate dependency. You see that they are not living in a place like IDP like this, but they are in the houses of relations, friends, and all these things. But still, there are some in IDP that they don't have anybody to stay. Yeah. If government can help us. Now, just as I've said, you are in your house with your children. You don't even know what to eat today. Not even to talk that you are accommodating some people. How are they feeling? So we are pleading government to look onto us women, to help us, please, to eradicate this thing by the grace of God, and also look onto us to bring assistance. There are many of the IDPs, some of them have bought a land, but they don't even know how they are going to build. Some have built, but they don't have something that they will put on top. Yeah. And other things like that. We're pleading with government to come to the aid of. There's nothing like that. It's not IDPs in Kaduna State. There are so many IDPs in Kaduna State. Please, government should come to the aid of our people to come and help, to assist with materials, building materials, and even these schools. Some schools can be put in some IDPs where the children will be going, like these primary school children and even secondary school children. So that is what I'm pleading, that they should help us. Please. Thank you, sir.
All right. The program is Truth to Power, and I can tell you that this program is proudly supported by Truth Nigeria. Truth Nigeria is the website where you can go discover the truth about Nigeria. And the program Truth to Power is also a segment on Truth Nigeria. Yes, today we have been speaking with Mrs. Jemutu Alheri Katarma. She is the National Coordinator of SOKAPU Women's Wing, the Southern Kaduna People's Union, the Women's Wing. And on the program today, she has told us the plight of women in Southern Kaduna and also how they want the government to intervene to help them overcome these issues and, if possible, stop the issues of kidnapping and, of course, banditry in Southern Kaduna and other parts of Nigeria. And to end the program today, I want to also add this to it. The fact that this targeted kidnap and attack is meted on particular group of persons means that those carrying it out have their own agenda. Whatever their agenda is, it is important for us to find it out. And also, like Mrs. Katarma said, it is not impossible for the government to end all of this if they, as much as develop the will to do that, go after these criminals, bring them to justice, we'll be able to end all of this. My name is Ehis Agbon, and before I go, I want to sincerely thank you again for having time to be on the program this today. Thank you so very much, ma. All right, until next time, when we will be on again for another package on the program, Truth to Power. Remember, Truth to Power is a program where we highlight issues concerning persecution of minority groups in Nigeria. And like always, would ask you to plant a tree today, water it and watch it grow. May the good mighty Lord bless and keep us all. See you on the next edition of the program.